Morning!
We're here on Threlked Knotts nearly, aren't we?
We nearly are, yeah.
Yeah. A bit late in saying good morning. It's a bit of a wintry one. It's snowing at the moment.
Might need to put a poncho on.
He's not putting that poncho on. And we've parked on the road that takes you through St. John's in the Vale. Before you get to Wanthwaite, is it?
Yes.
Just before you get to Wanthwaite, there's a really, really tiny lay-by, room for just about 3 cars. And then you head up a track onto the coach road. And we're heading up onto Threlked Knotts. And then the plan is hopefully to go up the traverse path onto Clough Head, which I'm not looking forward to that path. Andy has assured me it's not that bad.
Watch my video, watch my Fisher Wife radio.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
Never.
No, he said he would never lie to me, so. So yeah, and then we're going to go from Clough Head down to White Pike, back onto the coach road, about a 6-mile route. Lovely conditions and wintry. We're going to do Blencathra, but that's in the Clag completely. So plan B this is. Catch you later.
Yeah, this is cool.
So we've just accessed over a stile from the footpath to take us straight up to a quarry track. If you can't get your dog over a stile, that stile is quite a tricky stile for a dog, you can carry on the footpath and go through a gate along this quarry track. And then Billy's showing you the way up there. You just head up there past the quarry to access onto Threlked Knotts. So we've reached the quarry, which is behind me. Billy's showing you there. And we head along this track just for a little bit. You can see the path just heading up there to the left by those trees, by the silver birch trees. Look at this lovely misty fogginess going on. There's definitely an inversion over there. So you get to this cairn, and if you don't want to actually bag Threlked Knotts, you take the path off which heads straight up to Clough Head.
again. Look at that.
We've got Blencathra behind. Starting to clear on there. Fantastic viewpoint. So we're now going to head over to the summit of Threlked Knotts. Summit of Threlked Knotts. To be honest, not the most exciting summit, but if you're bagging the hills, then you do it. It's much nicer where we were before, where the cairns are, with that view. Right now, this wind is savage. So we're going to make our way directly up to Clough Head. It's going to be wild up there.
Faces are a bit red.
So we're starting the traverse path now. Yeah.
Very nice.
I wouldn't want to do it without them, to be honest.
It's a bit natural.
Thank you.
Wait, can I say hi to your dog?
Yeah, you can say hi. It's called Billy.
Oh, I'm like really interested in what we're doing.
Yeah. Great view from this traverse path. So we've topped out now from that traverse path, looking back, and we've got the Clough Head fell race on today. They're racing from Cong in Keswick. Fantastic. Look at the misty clouds, it's fantastic.
Alright, how you doing?
I'm a Cheshire road runner.
You're doing well, mate.
Oh, that's looking to great dod. Calfhow Pike. God, look at the light of a Glasdale Pike. So we've decided to head over to Calfhow Pike because there's hundreds of people doing the fell race today all over Clough Head, so we're going to get away from them. I'm going to head to Clough Head because the atmospherics right now are astounding. Look at that inversion going on. and St. John's in the Vale. And it's not too much of a detour. Fantastic ridge, you've got great dod. And then we'll come back, so it's just an out and back to Calfhow Pike. A bit random, but you know, you can make these spur of the moment decisions depending on how you feel. I don't mind though. I don't mind it when it's like this. I wouldn't mind a bit of sunshine, but oh, it's just great. It's Calfhow Pike. Just heading up onto it now. Wow, look at Wainright Crag. Selmy. Clough Head, so we've just come down from there and we've got to go back up. Summit of Calfhow Pike. Looking over to Clough Head. There's Great Dod. Look at it over Selmy. So we're now heading back from Calfhow Pike, back up to Clough Head. Summit of Clough Head, and we are in the Clag. Tiny little shelter, not much of one to be honest. Looking to Great Dod over there. So we're heading down off Clough Head now, heading towards White Pike. And from White Pike we head down to the coach road. So there's White Pike, just in the middle, foreground, and you've got Great Vale behind in the distance. And I don't know if you can see that white squiggly line, which is the coach road, which takes you over to High Row, where you can park and do a Great Dod. So I'll bring you back when I've got the view on White Pike. Here comes Andy. Looking back up to Clough Head. Summit of White Pike. Cracking view off here. It really is like a pike as well. Coach Road, Great Melfell. Is it the Matadale Common, do they call that? But you can see the coach road right all the way down the bottom there going along, and that's what we're going to go on to, back, heading towards St.John's in the Vale. Looking back to Clough Head. Look at that sun. Can you see that? Misty Ball. There's Great Dodd. And Mandicide. All the way down to Matadale Common, Coach Road, Great Melfell. To have the Pennines in the far distance. Blencathra. So I'm just heading down from White Pike, heading towards the coach road, that white wiggly line you can see. But first we're going to head to an old ruined coach house, whatever you call them, and we're going to take shelter and have a coffee. Then we're going to head to the coach road, turn left back to St. John's in the Vale. That's Wolf Crags in the middle. That's Vandeside leading up onto Great Dodd. So here's a little coach house, whatever you like to call it, shelter. There's a few of these dotted about, obviously on the old coach road. I think it's in a bit better days. So we're just heading down towards the coach road. We're near it now, heading towards a fence. It's a grassy trod. We just follow that in the direction of the coach road really. Now, I can't remember if there is a gate or you just have to climber over the fence, but you follow it. It's a proper path. There's like a grassy trod that everyone uses. So after saying that there's a gate, we decided it's easy enough to step over the. There isn't a gate.
The path leads straight to a fence.
Yeah, so the path leads to a fence.
The being pushed down.
But you do have to obviously clamber over the fence.
We can get over here without doing any damage to the fence.
Sheer ice, this is. You can see that's White Pike. Now you could, alternatively, instead of going to the coach, like we did, and kind of a bit out your way really, you can head down there. It's a bit steep, mind, and you still have to jump over the fence, but that is a quicker alternative. Cuts out a little bit of mileage. So as I said before, you can, like I said, come down the steeper slope from White Pike, and there is actually a gate. We have been up that way. It is steeper, but you know, there is a gate you can get through easily, and that will save you a bit of mileage, like I said before. So we're just heading past Threlked Knotts, where we were the first hill of the day. As you can see, the path is winding itself around the side of it. Oh, getting there. I'm going to say goodbye. We're still on this coach road, which seems like an eternity. Where have you gone? Where are you?
I'm here.
Say bye.
I'm here. Bye.
Yes, I'm going to say goodbye. Got no idea how long this walk has been because our phones have conked out. I think because of the cold. And
I have got one working in the back of the bag, but I can't get to it.
yeah, it's in the back of the bag. So we were obviously.
I can confirm the mileage later.
Yeah, we'll confirm the mileage later on. We've had technology meltdowns today. So we're nearly back at the car, hopefully. We've got some lovely light right now. It's been a really good route. Lovely snowy conditions. And we'll catch you again on another adventure very soon. Bye. Good morning and welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is a route for Clough Head, and we also incorporated Threlked Knotts, which is a kind of subsidiary to Clough Head. So we parked at a very small lay-by, room for about 2 cars at Wanthwaite, about here. So you have to get here very early to park up, and then you walk about 50 yards down the road and up a little track with a public footpath sign, heading up a track, heading for this quarry. Let's see, it's focusing now. Heading for this quarry. So there is a stile which you can get over straight up, or you can go to a gate and go back along the track. So you head straight up, heading for another stile onto the fell side on this path, follow it along, and it's worth going to this cairn here because you get a better viewpoint on the Threlked Knotts. It's not the summit, but it's just a viewpoint of Blencathra and the valley of the A66 over to Skidder as well. And to do the summit, you have to do a little down and up to a cairn at 514 metres. But you don't have to do Threlked Knotts. You can carry on this path, heading up this traverse path here onto Clough Head. I wasn't really looking forward to this path much because it's very exposed and quite steep, and with the snow and ice I wasn't sure what to expect, but it wasn't really that bad. So you head very steeply up here aiming for Clough Head, but then realised there was the Clough Head fell race, and there were dozens and dozens of runners coming all the way up this track and up onto Clough Head at the same time as we were there. So we looked over to Calfhow Pike, and the atmospherics of an inversion was fantastic, all in St.John's in the Vale. So it's only about a mile to get to Calfhow Pike, so we decided to go along on a very nice icy firm path, because it's usually quite boggy along here, but it was solid ice, to Calfhow Pike, a nice little airy pike, great views. And you would normally do Clough Head, to be fair, in a big round with Calfhow Pike and Great Dodd and Starling Dodd, is it called, and you can park from one end here and park at Helvellyn, have 2 cars, and you can do the whole route, the whole linear route all the way to Helvellyn. But as I say, we just did Calfhow Pike and back to Clough Head, as this whole circular route was going to be about 8 miles. It clagged in a little bit on Clough Head, unfortunately, but it was still lovely atmospherics. And we headed to White Pike. This is a nice airy pike with a big cairn. You get great views over the Matadell Common. I think it wants to focus. And then you've got various options. You can do a shorter route than what we did by heading down this ridge here to a gate. We wanted to go to an old railway wagon coach, in a bit of disrepair now, but it's quite a good shelter and a good viewpoint to have a coffee. So we headed along here, heading in this direction, clambered over the fence. There is a path here, because if you parked at High Road to do Great Dodd, then you would use this track and just clamber over the fence, basically, without damaging the fence. And then we were heading back this way. So if you were doing that, you would probably, as I said, go down this ridge here to the gate. That avoids this mileage here. And then you just walk and slog your way along the coach road all the way around the base of Threlked Knotts. You can also get onto Clough Head from the base of Threlked Knotts here. There is a track. If you use another map, I think it's the one in 50, I think it is, or Street View map, it has more of the routes than on the OS map. And there is a route this way that takes you onto Clough Head. So we carried along the coach road, back to the quarry, back along to Wanthwaite Mill. So like this. And then to the car parked here. As I say, you do have to get here early if you want to park there. And this was an 8-mile route. If you didn't want to do Calfhow Pike and just Clough Head, it'd probably be more like a 5-mile route, circular route. So I hope you enjoy the video, and thank you for watching.